So I turned 29 5 months ago and I posted this on my Instagram where so many people resonated with it. So I thought of making a video sharing my experiences on how I came to learning these things. I have my tea and I have my notes. So here are 29 things I learned in 29 years of my life on this planet. Cut down sugar, especially desserts at night. Trust me, it's poison. I have had acne issues forever. I also have a sweet tooth, and that has kind of affected my skin even more because sugar gives you acne, and sugar also is a poison to your body. So I tried doing this 2 week no sugar challenge last year. I did not have sugar at all. It was kind of like a withdrawal, but it was something that I actually felt it. So I try to avoid having sugar at night. If I feel like having dessert, I'll probably have it during the day sometime. No coffee and no alcohol. So I have migraine and I know it is recommended to have caffeine for migraine patients. For me, I've realized that it kind of triggers my headaches and it doesn't really settle down. I had my last coffee in the end of 2023. Coffee also gives me a lot of acid reflux. Same with alcohol. Not like I would drink alcohol a lot, but it was occasional and sometimes the occasions would be a lot. I had my last alcohol last year in August. I feel like everyone starts having alcohol under peer pressure and to try to fit in. But now that I'm growing old, I am realizing that I don't need to do things to fit in. It also ruins my next day. It gives me like terrible headache and there's like a lot of dehydration. Like why would I want to ruin my gut and waste my entire day? Eat sorted veggies and proteins with every meal. So this was suggested to me by my friend who is a nutritionist, and when we go on trips, she does this one thing where she orders sorted vegetables first so that 1/4 of our stomach is filled with that and we don't really end up eating a lot of carbs. And that's what I started to implement in my everyday. So I eat boiled vegetables or sauteed vegetables first thing, which makes me consume less carbs. And I also don't have a lot of like hunger or dessert cravings at the end of the meal. Strength training and muscle building is so important. Especially for women because we tend to not focus on building our muscles but focus more on losing our weight. But I'm finally realizing this at the age of 29. Better late than never, I guess. I've never been a fit person. I was not into sports or any kind of workouts while growing up. I would do yoga occasionally, but then I learned how to swim in 2023. Then I went to Pilates for 3 months last year, and then I joined a gym. Basically, I've realized that I get bored with one kind of workout. So I need like some kind of variety for me to push myself and just go do something like move my body. So right now I'm on a break from my gym since 2 months because I got kind of bored of it. It's really hot outside and I knew that I wouldn't step out in this heat to go to the gym during the day when it's not crowded. So I've been trying to do strength training at home at least 4 days a week, and then I go on walks the other days. Carry a water bottle whenever you step out of the house. Carry a sanitary napkin whenever you step out of the house. You never know who might need it. This has been induced in me by my mom. Please meditate every day. Sit down, sit still for 10 minutes at least. If you're a beginner, I would suggest you do guided meditation so that you know what exactly to do when you're sitting still. Otherwise, there are a lot of random thoughts and emotions, and it can feel a little overwhelming. But meditation has really made me get clarity on things, so I cannot recommend this enough to be in the present moment. Journaling, oh my god, don't even know where to begin. I think I'll make another video on this because I can talk so much on journaling and how I have come to a point where I have made it a habit to write every day. Like there are different types of journaling methods that I personally like, different journaling prompts that I use sometimes. Journaling is like therapy for me. You can't go to therapy sessions every day, but you can definitely write things down. Trust me, it will help you. The less, the more. I realized the importance of minimalism and essentialism like in my mid 20s. I don't know, but is this an Indian parent thing to hoard a lot of things. My parents are hoarders. Growing up, I've seen like random things getting stacked up, which made me feel very cluttered and chaotic in my mind. I was also a shopaholic. I would shop a lot. I would do a lot of street shopping, but now I only invest in pieces that I know are going to last me for longer time. And my art is also inspired by the less the more. Stick to the skincare routine that suit you. Even if it is a two-step, three-step routine, doesn't matter, and never skip your sunscreen. I have oily and acne prone skin, so I have ended up using so many products. I have wasted so much money on trying out different products. I finally found a good dermatologist that suited me. I have literally been using only 3 products plus a sunscreen for almost 5 years now. Invest in good quality footwear, clothing, bag, mattress. It'll go for years and it will definitely improve the quality of your life. Planning means nothing if there are no small actions taken every day. I feel like I wasted so much of my time just planning and not doing anything about it. I would write so many things that I wanted to do, and I would eventually feel so overwhelmed and not do anything at all. And at a point, I just got so sick of it and I knew that I wanted to do something about it. So now I only write 2 to 3 things max that I need to do in a day or in a week, and I can keep adding to it definitely. But if you know your bigger picture, you know the things that you want to do. So instead of overwhelming and planning too much, I have started executing and doing small things every day to reach the goal. Consistency and discipline is everything. Replace doom scrolling and screen time with things that you enjoy doing, things that make you feel alive, things that make you feel like a human. For me, I love journaling, painting, sketching. I sometimes cook with my mom. I'll try to move my body, I'll go on a walk, catch up with friends, read a book. This also helps with my anxiety because when you're doing something, when you're occupied with something, you are in the present moment. Do something creative every day to keep your creative energy alive. Now, this can go with the previous one. I try to paint every day. I try to sketch like small things every day. If I feel like, I also pick up a musical instrument and try to learn. Schedule calls to connect and catch up with your friends, family, or your loved ones, because that starts to fade away as we grow and everyone is growing old. I am not that great at keeping in touch with my friends, at least not on calls. I would probably just text them and catch up with them, but I'm really bad at like having catch up calls. So I try to make a point that I'm in contact with my friends, just catching up with them in few months, especially the friends who live outside the country. Comparison kills everything. Everyone is on their own journey and no one cares about you more than they care about themselves. Take this in a good way. It took me a really long time to learn this, but the quicker the better. It is never too late to start over, to start again, to learn new things, to experience life. It is never too late. I am 29 and I have literally switched my career and I'm trying to start over from scratch. I know how scary it can be, but let's not put the pressure of age and let's try to be better every day. I think that's what my motto is in life. Trust your intuition, trust the universe, and trust the process. Manifestation works. As cliche as it sounds, it does work, and if it doesn't, universe will give you something better. And I have a personal experience, so yeah, trust me if you can. Slow productivity and slow living is more important to me than hustle culture. I was in the hustle culture and I realized that lifestyle is not for me. I am not made for the hustle culture. I want to live my life in the most loving and peaceful way possible. The switch from hustle culture to slow productivity, slow living has been something transformational for me. It is a huge change that I'm experiencing, but I really love it. I feel I am a lot more peaceful now than I was before, but this is what works for me. You do you. If you love hustle culture, if it keeps you on your toes, if it keeps you going, it's great. People, just like things, can be clutter. Let go of the things and people that drain your energy. I finally love my boring life. Boring life of having routines and doing things that bring me peace and doing the things that bring me joy. And having routines and having structure doesn't mean that you are sacrificing things or you're not having fun in life. I call it priorities and not sacrifices. I know what my priorities are. I know what brings me happiness, and like, I wouldn't want to do any other thing. I don't have to explain my choices and my way of life to everyone. Not everyone will understand, and that is completely okay. Let's not try to spend our energy in trying to please people and in trying to explain people and wait for external validation if the things that you want to do bring you happiness. Once you know what matters, everything else is just plain noise. I came up with this after reading the book The 4000 Weeks. It's just that one book that has completely changed the way I look at my life now. Please invest. I mean financial investments in this case. You never know what life brings, so invest for your future. I choose peace and love. I choose to do things that bring me joy. I don't really care now what other people think of me. I know I have my people in my life who support me and love me, and I think that's all I need. It takes practice to get better at life. So don't get disheartened if you're doing something for the first time because you are still learning. One thing that helps me with this is to lead life with curiosity. Communication is the key. It will save relationships of any kind. I am not a person who communicates things. I am not a very expressive person. It is very difficult for me to confront, talk about things. But in the last 1 or 2 years, I have been trying to openly communicate my thoughts and feelings. That has definitely been helping a lot of my relationships. If you don't communicate things, it's going to bottle up and then just explode in a way in the future where things just get messier. Be grateful for your loved ones. Their love and support can take you places. I always say that I'm super lucky to have the people in my life who support me and love me so much. I honestly wouldn't be here if it weren't for the people in my life. Lastly, as I've always said, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. Always be kind. I turned 30 in like 7 months and I'm not really scared now. It's quite exciting and I can't wait to make 30 things I learned in 30 years of my life because I have honestly learned so many things in the past 3 months alone. Okay, bye.